Now you know why I'm interested in plant-based drinks. They're a remarkable indicator of the environmental transition since plant-based drinks emit 3 to 7 times less than milk. The milk sold in our stores is associated with 3 million tons of CO, 2 equivalent emissions per year, which is a lot. And secondly, it's a product category that meets strong consumer demand and reflects significant societal change, since many people are lactose intolerant and more consumers are flexitarians, especially young people. But you know that market shares change very little and that there's a certain variation between retailers. That's what you see on the screen. So our research today will focus on analyzing the price variable, which is a variable controlled by retailers, as you know. First, I'd like to remind you, since our reference market consists of the plant-based beverage market plus the UHT milk market, that the price of milk has increased significantly in recent years, notably due to the EGalim regulations. And that's a very good thing. Farmers need to be paid fairly. This profession should appeal to young people, and consumers need to understand and take all of this into account. So, the retail price of milk has increased by about 30% between 2019 and 2024. We then constructed the relative price ratio of plant-based beverages versus milk in order to neutralize the purchasing conditions by a retailer. On average, this ratio was 2.29 in 2021 and dropped to 1.9 in 2024 because the price of plant-based beverages remained more or less stable during this period. This is what you can see on the screen shown by retailer. Overall, the price competitiveness of plant-based beverages compared to UHT milk has therefore improved by 17% over 4 years, which is significant. And now you can see on the screen the variation of this improvement by retailer. So I looked for a correlation between variables and placed on the x-axis this well-known improvement in the price ratio between 2021 and 2024, and on the y-axis the change in market share over the same 4-year period. And what do we observe from what appears on the screen? Well, we observe that the retailers who have improved the price competitiveness of plant-based drinks compared to milk, the least the ones on the right side of my chart, not suffered in terms of the evolution of market share for plant-based drinks versus milk. On the contrary, there's actually a kind of reverse elasticity which is completely counterintuitive. And so this is actually very good news for retailers who are looking to improve their Scope 3 while preserving their profit margins. It is therefore not necessary to lower the relative price of this virtuous category in order to grow its market share. This is what the second analysis confirmed. Here on the x-axis you have the relative price level and on the y-axis the market share. You can see that the R squared is equal to 0.1. So there is no correlation between the relative selling price and the market share. In conclusion, all of this represents a great business opportunity for retailers who are looking to improve their carbon footprint, significantly reduce their Scope 3, and at the same time grow their profit margin in this category. They can therefore advantageously and reasonably reconsider their margin mix on these products, work on improving the share of their offering, as we saw in the previous episode, and thus significantly encourage the growth of plant-based beverage volumes. Once again, Scope 3 is the elephant in the room. So, in our next analysis, in a few days, I will talk to you about promotion and merchandising.